Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today with an Xbox news update as things are beginning to pop off here approaching the holiday window. We have much to discuss, so let's not delay any further. Did the infamous shelf of Phil Spencer strike again? Have we had a leak for a brand new Xbox console / device? The answer is yes. What it is, we actually have some details on as we investigate and speculate in this video. We're also going to talk about Obsidian and Fallout as they confirm some pretty obvious news, but I'm going to use this opportunity just to vent to you all, my Fallout therapists, so thank you for being here for me, for all of us Fallout lovers. And last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about Game Pass revenue. What was long a mystery now has some answers. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here, you're into Xbox news and information, consider subscribing. We're close to 500K. And before we begin, I just want to offer a quick apology. I know for many of you, water under the bridge, not a big deal, and it's just Matty overthinking things and being extremely self-critical again, but I felt extremely bad that I got the whole Starfield ray tracing thing wrong yesterday. Not just mildly wrong, like completely wrong. I take a lot of pride in the fact that this channel doesn't spread misinformation, and while I am a new game developer just around a year working in Engine, I still have a lot to learn, and I just bit off more than I could chew, and I felt extremely foolish about it, and I know the audience corrected me. You all were very, very kind about it. But of course, it's something that we all try to avoid. Mistakes will happen, but this was one that was avoidable, and that's what frustrates me the most. So my sincerest apologies. I hope there was no trust lost in the process, and it has been corrected in that video, pinned in the comments. Any corrections have been hearted, so everyone sees the proper information, but I'll make sure to do better next time, which is here and now. So let's talk about Xbox, beginning with Xbox Keystone. This is a codenamed device that was leaked a while ago, but then Xbox confirmed it in a pretty outward way, which is unlike the games industry. Normally, we're all about keeping secrets. But let's start off with the shelf of Phil Spencer. So this has been the source of multiple rumors. We've seen the Switch there. We've seen the Death Stranding statue. And some of these things on the shelves have come true, if you will, like Death Stranding on Game Pass for PC. However, what we now see on Phil Spencer's shelf when he was celebrating Fallout's 25th anniversary was a device here up at the top. A new, unseen Xbox device. And I know some looked at it and went, well, it's just the Series S. People are completely overreacting. And Xbox's Twitter account had replied saying, now, what do we say about putting old prototypes on your shelf, boss? Meaning that this is something. What it is, well, we have some information on this thanks to an article back in May of this year by Jez Corden of Windows Central Gaming, where here's what Xbox said when they were inquired about a streaming device of some kind. Quote, our vision for Xbox Cloud Gaming is unwavering. Our goal is to enable people to play the games they want on the devices they want, anywhere they want. As announced last year, we've been working on a game streaming device, codenamed Keystone, that could be connected to any TV or monitor without a need for console, a Microsoft spokesperson stated. See, this is something they've been open about, teasing it in the past, and their xCloud initiative is clear as day. Today, we just learned that Meta is going to bring Xbox Cloud Gaming to the storefront there. This is one of those moments you look at and go, well, why does that matter? But Xbox's initiative, which truly it seems to be unwavering, is to get Xbox Cloud Gaming, to get Xbox Game Pass onto every screen imaginable. So right now we have, of course, the Xbox consoles from Series down to the One. You have your PC, you have your Steam Deck, you have things like the new Logitech handheld. Of course, you have Samsung TVs. Now you have Meta. Now you're having this Keystone device. Hopefully one day the Switch. We're seeing the initiative grow before our eyes. And we just learned back in August of this year that Xbox Cloud Gaming hours were up 1,800%. So Xbox sees the trend. They see where a lot of the industry is, unfortunately for us physical collectors, willing to go. And they're going all in on it because this is where the money is for them. Once you see the revenue splits, which we will talk about towards the end of this video, it will make a lot of sense on why Xbox is driving things in this direction, because it's fast growing and it's making them good money. Not only that, but they're going through this with the goal of smashing down barriers that we thought previously was unimaginable. Now, what we're looking at here in this photo is likely that Xbox Keystone streaming device. I think what's going to determine the success of Xbox Keystone is the same exact thing that determined the success of all the other streaming service/devices that we have seen crop up in the games industry in the last couple of years. Stadia, Logitech, it's going to be accessibility of price point, and I think they need to package this sucker in with a controller. They need to make this the go-to streaming device because Microsoft can eat that cost like they have with so many other things to make Xbox competitive. They continue to do that, continue to benefit the consumer, and I think they can get people sprinting out of their doors to get this new xCloud streaming device if it's priced fairly. If it's like $100 or something like that, and they say, here's a controller alongside it, enjoy, thanks for coming, you can plug it into your TV, don't worry about it. I think that will speak to a lot of consumers to at least try it. But you don't have to if you don't want to, right? Because their goal is to be available on all the screens, so it's not going to be locked off to that. My hope is that after this, they move into a handheld department. I just feel with the resurgence of the handheld, whether it be the Steam Deck, the Logitech, I think Razer's got their own. We're seeing so many different attempts at it. Of course, the Switch being the ultimate hybrid, not ultimate technically, but I'm saying the one that really started the handheld revolution. I think now is a perfect time for Xbox to strike in the handheld department. And if they made a native device at that, oh man, I would lose my shit. So we'll see how they go from here. But given the clear intentions of this post, I would expect an announcement within the next month or so. I think having this out for the holiday period would be really good for Xbox. So we'll see, and of course I'll be here to cover it. With that, let's move into our second story. A little bit of an intermission here away from the Xbox news, if you will, even though this is an Xbox-owned studio, to talk about Fallout. So we talked about Fallout and its 25th anniversary yesterday. Sent some shout outs to the devs, of course, from Interplay to Obsidian to Bethesda, how they've pioneered this amazing franchise. And one thing all of us have asked for a long while, although it became increasingly unrealistic with every announced project, was to see Obsidian go back to Fallout. I think every Fallout game will be a certified banger in the terms of popularity. It will capture the mainstream attention, no doubt about it. But if Obsidian were to go back, it would be that earth-shaking level reveal like with Fallout 4 all over again. Make no mistake about that. And Obsidian has confirmed that's not in the cards right now, as they tweeted when celebrating Fallout's 25th anniversary the following: "Happy 25th anniversary to the original Fallout, a franchise whose roots helped form us and a world we truly love. And before anyone asks, our plates are pretty full right now, so no." Look, all I'm going to say is Obsidian brought this one on themselves. When the deal happened with Xbox and Bethesda, and people went, is there a chance for a New Vegas 2 now? Their response was, as we all know, the famous shrug heard around the Twitterverse, okay? And when we saw that, it was that squeamish moment of, oh my God, it actually may happen. An actual follow-up in the Fallout franchise from Obsidian can happen now. The reality is here, Microsoft could step in and force anyone to really work on whatever they want, but the reason Obsidian likes Microsoft so much is they let them work on what they want to do. And right now, Obsidian, as much as I want to see them do this, it hurts to say, we gotta respect this path. We have to. They delivered what I think is easily a top 10 game this year in Grounded. They're delivering another small experience in Pentiment, but I think we need to support this initiative here at Obsidian because I believe it represents the future of Xbox game studios, breaking up massive teams into smaller little squadrons to go on these creative endeavors. We wouldn't get things like Grounded if Xbox didn't say, okay, go send 12 people and try to make this backyard survival game. And now it has millions of players. It's reviewed extremely well. And it's got even me back into the survival fever. I love Grounded. That is a fantastic game. Or to break up another small team. Hey, Josh, you've kind of directed AAA RPGs your whole life, man. Why don't you go make something small, tight, like Pentiment? And they're doing that. And I imagine that will be fantastic too, because Obsidian is so creatively driven. So as much as I want to see them tackle Fallout, I didn't see it as possible. They have confirmed as much, despite bringing it on themselves a little bit. But this is where we push the remaster game a little bit more forward. As I mentioned, I think the era is over now, but this is where we do push it forward and say, like, well, then what are we doing with the franchise? Are we really going to sit here and pretend until we're blue in the face that Fallout Shelter getting a 25th anniversary update is really what fans are looking for. That a Fallout dynamic background or 76 for free to Prime members is really what fans are looking for. Are we literally in a hug box so powerful that this is what we convinced ourselves fans want for the anniversary? I mean, I just can't wrap my head around it. So I get Obsidian's reasoning. We gotta respect that, and I think it'll lead to a lot of great games on Game Pass from other Xbox studios if we see success from these two experiments. But by God, we gotta stop pretending that a game on a mobile device that was just a little bit of a pop in 2015 and made a lot of money, and an online Fallout game are the only ways we should support this franchise moving forward. Again, Xbox, you got my line. You need an idea on what to do with this franchise? I got the vision. Hit me up. All right, let's talk, last but not least, about Xbox Game Pass revenue. This arrives via video game outlet Tweaktown, where they sifted through some documents that were available when Brazil had confirmed that they would allow the Xbox Activision merger to go through. So let's get to reading here. One specific figure shows just how much Microsoft makes from Xbox Game Pass on consoles. Keep that in mind. According to the data, Xbox Game Pass generated $2.9 billion from consoles in 2021. Based on data publicly available by Microsoft, Xbox Gaming generated a total of $16.28 billion in the calendar year of 2021. This means that Xbox Game Pass made up roughly 18% of Microsoft's total yearly Xbox revenue and nearly 30% of its games and services revenue for the period. We can take that even further and align those values with subscribers as of that period. Microsoft has sporadically revealed Xbox Game Pass subscriber numbers, so we can't be 100% accurate. However, between August 21st and March 2022, Xbox Game Pass went from 15 million to 18 million subscribers, so we can pinpoint a range of $2.9 billion of revenue generated from 15 to 18 million subscribers across both PC and consoles. Now, do remember that the revenue figure is just for consoles. Also remember that when the Activision deal was announced, it was confirmed that Game Pass had passed 25 million subscribers, but the big number here is $2.9 billion in what is the first year that we saw Xbox go in on third-party day one Game Pass games. That is about the best metric you can ask for right now, simply because earlier ones wouldn't have been indicative of what Game Pass is here and now. Perhaps 2020 could give you a little bit of something, given that that's when EA Play had entered the service, but prior to that, I don't think it would have been a fair gauge. So now we're seeing when Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Cloud Gaming got really aggressive, we started to see the service appear on multiple devices, and we started to see the day one Game Pass games in fruition. We started to see a really packed fall window. What that did for the subscriber count, what it did for their revenue, this does look to me sustainable, because we actually have information on Arc and how much they paid to have a deal with them for Game Pass. The only other thing we heard about Game Pass and its financial security was thanks to indies, and we never got a number out of them. It was more like, oh, we had seen tremendous growth that we never imagined through Game Pass, or something along the lines of, this game wouldn't have been made without Game Pass. We needed that money, or it felt a little safer releasing it through Game Pass. We haven't heard numbers, so $2.9 billion in revenue. I saw a lot of Xbox fans, players, and YouTubers, as well as outlets, kind of waving the victory flag over this, and I will always be forever perplexed on the nature of celebrating another company's financial income. It's great to see a point proven, which is, yes, this is a profitable piece of the business in what is technically its infancy, as this service will be around for years and years and years and years and continue to evolve and continue to grow and reach places we never imagined. This is just the beginning, and it shows that Xbox is going big places. Is that nice to see? Yes, because we're seeing arguments be justified that were previously shut down, and I think they were shut down fairly. All we had was the word of Phil Spencer and Aaron Greenberg and so on and so forth going, yeah, it's sustainable. Well, I'd hope so. That's all I got is your word, so I'd hope so. But now we have some numbers to back it up. Of course, we don't know the ins and outs of Xbox's financial department, what they're spending on each and every single deal. But what we can take away from all of this is that they are making money with the service, and enough at that to probably go secure some deals like we've seen in 2023. I mean, if you just take a look at some of the day one Game Pass games coming in 2023, it's no longer just the multiplayer games and helping them grow. We're seeing Xbox invest in tremendous, big single-player games, not just their own first party. So keep an eye on how those investments scale with the money they're making as the service grows. You are seeing your subscription be rewarded, which is rare in today's day and age. With that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all of the Xbox news and information I have for you in today's video. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below. And with that, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Those links are in the description down below. And a big thank you to all the patrons, all the members who continue to support the hell out of the content here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.